commentary, son. Holy shit!
I hear myself thinking.
One little action can really make a whole huge deal in the entire set.
The Unity Dittos are fucking stupid.
Happy feet, combo combo.
PC survives that attack. Both players are on their feet again to hit each other. Oh my god.
Hello everybody, welcome to Directional Influence episode 44, brought to you by VVV Gaming. I am your host, Rapture. I don't really have an introduction for myself.
But you didn't want to be called Rapture anymore.
I don't want to. Oh, by the way, that's Will, guys.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, so that's something I wanted to talk about was I don't like being called by my, I have a real name, people. My name is Dakota, if you guys don't know. I've referred to myself as Dakota. The problem with Rapture, and I have this, problem with me, is because I don't like to call people by their tags in public. That to me feels uncomfortable because
What I've noticed though is that people in the Smash community, when they have a gamer tag, they naturally will call people like that. Especially if they know somebody with a similar name and know 20 people with that same name.
Oh, that's not even what I was getting into.
I call Kieran because I know so many Dans that it gets confusing.
Well, look, I don't forget names. It doesn't confuse me. What happened? All right. First of all, let me tell you guys what's going on in this episode. So we're gonna talk about things which we're getting into right now. Then we're gonna have Alex Strife on and talk about very particular hype things about Apex. And then we have Doom from New Jersey, who's gonna be on to talk about his Road to Professionalism blog series. And the second one will be coming out very soon, so check that out. All hype stuff. But let me get into the segment because these are things that bother me. Okay, and you guys, I'm glad I have this podcast because it allows me to rant to people. So what happens is, I am a New York smasher. I have been for about a month or so, and because I lived in Connecticut, I didn't have this problem for a while. But now that I'm going to be in New York, this is going to be a problem. There is a person. Like I said, you guys all know me by Rapture, okay? Rapture, R-A-P-T-U-R-E. That's one word, Rapture, okay? Well, there is a Long Island Yoshi main named Raptor, like Velociraptor, like a dinosaur, okay? Raptor, R-A-P-T-O-R, okay? Raptor and Rapture are pronounced differently and are different words. Now, when you look at the two of us,
the funniest part.
No, I'm not done yet.
Hold on.
No,
all right, keep going.
I'm not done yet. No. His name is Carlos, right? I believe that's his real name. He's short. He has brown hair. Okay. He looks nothing like me. I am tall with blonde hair. Okay. We speak differently. We have different personalities. But because people don't understand the difference between Raptor and Rapture, apparently we're the same fucking person. Now,
apparently you main Yoshi because your tag sounds similar to his.
Right. Okay. I main Kirby and Meta Knight. Okay, people. We've gone through this. I am known for changing mains, but those are the characters I usually go. That's usually what I use. Okay.
I think clearly this just means that Raptor is more known than you.
Well, no. The problem is that people are fucking stupid. Okay? They're stupid. Rapture, all right, I understand the first three letters are the same, okay? I understand that. That I can give you. But the ending is completely different. Completely different. Maybe first four letters are the same. Regardless, when I go
See, this is why you should just change your tag to your name like me and Vinny did. Well, mine was always my name, but Vinny changed his to his name.
I'm just going to enter as Dakota.
All right, there you go.
So and then no, but
change it. You gotta do a mass overhaul though. You gotta change all your account names to Dakota too. Otherwise, it's not gonna work.
No, I don't feel like doing that. I'm too lazy. But anyway, the problem. No, but I don't have to dumb myself down for stupid people. I'm not gonna do that because I shouldn't have to, right? The problem is that when I go to a pray and trade tournament, and because people don't know how to pronounce fucking words, I have to be entered by my real name and him by Raptor. Now, you may not think that's a big deal, and you know what? It's really not. But it's just annoying when every tournament I go to and no one can pronounce Rapture or Raptor, okay? And then at one point we mind-fucked everybody and we teamed at a tournament, and they wouldn't even pronounce our teams. because they're the same fucking word apparently, but they're not. One's a dinosaur, one's the end of the fucking world, okay? There's completely different things.
Oh my god.
You know what also pisses me off? People who slow down for routine traffic stops on highways. Piss me the fuck off. Whoever follows me on Twitter knows that I've said this before, and I recently said
They
it.
deserve to get rear-ended, to be honest.
They deserve to get fucking set on fire. Okay, this is what people do in Long Island. I know they do it in other countries. I know in other states, in other counties, in other fucking places, in towns and cities. But they do it in Long Island like it's their job. And what they do is that's a cop pulls somebody over, and apparently someone got murdered because everybody has to watch because they need to be a witness to this. But all that happened was that somebody got a DUI, or somebody ran a red light, or somebody was speeding. And you'll notice that nothing fucking happened because when they pass by the routine traffic stop where nothing's happening, everybody speeds up again. Why? Because nothing fucking happened. So I have to miss seconds, minutes, moments, hours of my life because people need to fucking slow down to see what the hell's going on. Nothing's going on, people. Okay, I'll tell you right there. If something's going on, something will be on fire. Gunshots will be heard. The cops will be calling for more cops. You'll see sirens going off. You'll hear yelling. That's when something is going down. That's when you need to know. And most likely, if that's happening, the cops are going to direct you to get the fuck out of there. You'll be going faster. So there's absolutely no reason why you should be slowing the fuck down so everybody else can watch you do this. I watch people fucking do this. It's not like it's traffic, right? It's not rush hour, okay? It's not rush hour. When I'm driving at 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night probably, when rush hour is pretty much over, right? On a Sunday night, okay? When there really shouldn't be too much of it, or a Monday night, or whatever it is, right? And I go and I all of a sudden see there's traffic on, the southern state for absolutely no reason, and I get to it and, somebody got pulled over because their fucking lights were out. Or something, whatever it was. And I watch the people have their heads turned. I watch them. Because they're fucking idiots. I hate them. If
you see a cop pulled over on the side of the road, you should be like me and all the other aggressive drivers and just be like, yo, this cop is pulled over. He's not gonna
exactly.
If he's getting out of the car and he's going to this person, you could just fucking
just
bounce.
Go. The chances of there being another cop, okay? There's another thing in Long Island too, is that cops don't hide themselves very well all the time. A cop will sit in the median and just sit there. Like you can't see them. So if you see a cop and he's not pulled over, but if he's pulled over to watch for you, you slow down to 50 or 55. And then when you pass by them, you hit up to 70 or 80 like every other fucking normal human being. God. Anyway, so me and Will went to Plane Trade this past weekend. And there was also Imperial Era ran by Dark Peach and Bum, I believe, in the Bronx.
And I believe J-Tails also helped them run.
Yeah, so there were two different tournaments that went on in roughly the same area, sort of like the Long Island.
What about our training session, yo?
Oh, well, I'm not fucking done yet.
All right, whatever.
This is the intro, and then this is the bun, right? Then
this is the intro. Your rant was the intro.
No. To the subject. This is the bun, and then we get to the meat and the lettuce and tomatoes, which is everything, and then we conclude it like a hamburger. All right. That's how it gets.
It's a bad analogy.
That's how we. No, it's not, because I learned in elementary school. All right. Damn. That's how I learned how to write essays. So. This past weekend was actually really smash filled for me, and I think I actually got better as a player, which is really hype, and I'm excited in many ways. So Friday night, I invited Will to my house after coercing him because apparently he's a fucking sheltered motherfucker and doesn't want to leave his house because
gas money and my car.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to socialize. Okay, he said.
Also, you should just be happy that I came out to your house. All right.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Anyway. He comes to my house. We go to 7-Eleven. We chill. I saw my good friend there too. It was really funny. And we practice with Meta Knight. I was like, I'm gonna go all Meta Knight. I've been practicing with this character, whatever. My DI sucked for some ungodly reason. I couldn't figure it out.
Who's the best?
My DI was literally every time.
At 9 o'clock DI.
I had infinite Pat GDI. It was literally over and over and over. I couldn't figure it out. Right. So we go to the tournament. Actually, I had a dentist appointment that morning, and then we met up again. we go to the tournament, and the things that happen in this tournament are interesting because it's a local tournament that consists of myself, Will, and the Suffolk crew, which is Blues, Rapture, Nuke, Luigi,
Samo.
all of those guys, and so they sort of play each other. So it's their crew, the DI people, and then locals, local randoms, right? The local randoms didn't make it that far. Then it was like me, who sort of, Sama, Ghost, those guys. We're not that awesome, but we're trying, whatever. Apparently Will's afraid he's gonna lose to like randoms. He's like, don't talk to me during my matches, but clearly he's gonna fuck.
It's because you troll at all times.
I wasn't trolling, but anyway.
I actually had some close sets. Shout outs to JP, by the way. He came in second. He was actually, I had never really seen him around. Apparently he did come to one of the Uprise events.
Yeah, he goes to tournaments, and he went to the Plainview I went to, and he got second at that to Anti, and he's not that bad.
Yeah, his Diddy has mad potential.
If he goes to more tournaments, he'd actually be pretty cool. He's pretty cool too. Like he's a cool guy. Anyway, so this tournament happens. It was fun stuff. But I'm being the troll that I am. I don't know when to stop. Is one of my problems. Okay, and when people start talking about banning the character I use, Meta Knight, I counter troll myself and I start advocating the ban to the point where the character almost got banned. Like, it was literally very close to Meta Knight getting banned. The character I trained with the entire night, the character I was planning on going the entire tournament. And I'm like, yo, we should totally ban Meta Knight. Fuck him. He doesn't get banned. I don't know when I ended up placing. I got like 7th, whatever it was, out of like, how many people? I didn't do. I was like,
I don't know. It was like 13 or 14 or something.
Yeah, I did pretty bad. I pretty much beat the people I should have beaten and lost to everybody else. I went Meta Knight, and I ended up playing JP, I think, and maybe I don't know. I played your friend, and I'm very salty about that. And then I played Nuke, and Nuke got better. He's a Diddy main, but it was weird because I went Meta Knight. And I got 3-stocked by his Diddy. I suck at that matchup. But then I went Kirby, and it was like close. And I was like, all right. So that convinced me to go play Kirby again. So I guess I'm playing Kirby and secondary Meta Knight when I lose with Kirby. So I guess that's what happens. And then after that, we went to Nuke's house. He's a really nice house. He's this awesome kitty named Frankie, which was awesome.
Yo, that kitten was going in. Like, he loved my controller wire. He was like ramming his face into my leg when I was playing. It was awesome.
It was really cute.
He was adorable.
Yeah, he had a little bell around his collar. It was really funny. And we had a really fun time there. And then that sort of whatever. I went home. It was a fun weekend. Imperial Era. I know Pat G got first.
Yo, shoutouts to Pat G. I think he devoted all of his DI to you.
He must have.
And he just, I don't know, he was completely absent of any Pat G DI. Yeah, he came in first, and I believe it was J-Tails in second and Ninja Link in third.
Yep, so it was a very solid tournament. And I know that the Suffolk crew was at that tournament, and then promptly, after being eliminated, came to this tournament. So 2 tournaments one day. Props to them. Very hectic day for them, I'm sure. Overall, it was a pretty. I think I did better than I shouldn't. I got close to beating people I shouldn't have beaten, so I'm hyped about that. But I'm always gonna be a bad player, so it's okay. I've accepted that, and maybe I'll get better, but it's okay. Whatever. I like doing this rather than playing. And I know this week is, of course, this Saturday. 5? Less than a week from now is
How about August 13th?
August 13th, 5 days from now, is KTAR 6, the finale, which is going to be featuring Brawl, Melee, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, Marvel, and we're going in. There's an immense amount of hype for this tournament. I know that I'll be in Vinny's carpool for that. I know you have your own carpool. And we got to do something hype before and after that. I think we're planning.
Dude, we're going Friday night, and we're going to be able to stay there Friday night. And I believe I actually hadn't run this by you yet.
Okay.
But if you pay the $10, you could stay there both Friday and Saturday, so that we can also stay Saturday night. Yes.
Are we going to that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We're doing that. So that means we'll be able to play the night before. We'll get to chill with West Coast. We'll get to chill with Florida.
Okay.
Kitaro reserved 2 rooms. You're completely out of the loop on this, apparently, because you don't read the thread, but it's okay. I'm just telling you.
So anyway, KTAR, we'll talk about this later. KTAR 6 hype. I'm very excited about that. For those of you who don't know, the end of the world and the king of evil will be teaming. Myself and Verm will be going hard in the paint in doubles. That's right. And I hope you guys all watch out for that because that's going to be fucking awesome.
What's your team name going to be?
It's going to be Verm and Rapture.
That's a lot less hype than I thought.
I actually don't know where we're going to name it, but it'll be really awesome. And we will be getting more video, and I'll probably be releasing a Pray and Trade KTAR hype video because I have videos from Pray and Trade that I have not released. And I'm sure those of you who know what I'm talking about may have an idea of what I'm talking about. Other than that, I mean, the summer's actually been really hype. Oddly, we've had some really awesome tournaments. I'm very glad that I moved down to New York to experience this awesome month, which will be wrapped up by KTAR. And then the weekend after I go to college, episode 45 will be, I believe...
46?
Episode 45 will be my last episode of this show before I go to college. So, very exciting. I'm very happy about that. Going to college, majoring in mass communication, so that'll be hype. I'll be in Iona College, so if anyone's going to there, I don't think anyone is, but if anyone is, let me know. That'd be really hype. If anyone lives in the area of New Rochelle, New York City, let me know. That'd be hype. HYPE. Other than that, I think we're pretty much, set on that little report. Anyway, so next up, we're going to talk to Alex Strife of Apex 2012, obviously the Apex Tournament Series. He's got some hype news, I hope. Well, he always does. And then after that, we'll be talking to Doom from 100% Juice to talk about the Road to Professionalism blog series and what is in store for the future. All right, everybody, midway through the show, or 2/3, yes, 2/3 of the way through the show. I'm good at math. Hype. We have here the one and only Alex Strife from the Apex Tournament Series. How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We've had you on the show before, as we all know, and we're here to talk more about Apex as the months go on and it gets closer and closer. So I know we want to talk about it because we have some specific questions, and Will wants to actually get to those. So, Will, why don't you get to those questions?
All right. Well, as you guys all may or may not know, which you should,
yes,
the Apex website is currently up, and I believe we can all pre-register now. So I actually haven't done that yet myself, so I'm on blast as well. But I guess everybody pre-register, as soon as you can. Also, I wanted to ask you in particular, Alex. So what are some of the attendees that you have confirmed since the last time we've talked to you that are planning on going to Apex? Because I know you've been posting blogs on that stuff, and I'm not sure if everybody knows.
Well, obviously for Melee, we're going to have Armada, AMSA, Aniolis, Ghetto, Fab. That's just from Europe. We're going to have probably Daikanos, probably Blunted Object. We're working on Scion. Don't know. They're from West Coast Canada. You have the Japanese. We're working on getting, I believe, Ko is going to be coming. Ko from Japan will be coming. He's probably going to bring another couple players like Mock Dash or Captain Jack. I think, Captain Jack should be coming. I don't think there's any big issues. On the Brawl side, we have Mr. R, Leon, Gluttony, Orion, obviously. Gluttony, unless there's school problems, he's going to be coming. And then you got the Japanese. I can't even pronounce his name, but the top Olimar player, that's not Brood. The one that's better than him, supposedly. Brood, we're going to try to get to come. Rain, Ocean, we're trying also to get 9 QB. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think he's going to be coming too. Most if not all of Canada. Mexico's coming. I think Eddie Mexico or Javi is coming, and TKD is coming. The Hawaiians are coming. I don't know which ones, but I know Dark Musician's definitely one of them. So he'll bring a group. Then you have the Alaskans. The VVV Zero from Chile's coming. some people from Puerto Rico, so probably XL0 and them. Pretty much everybody that will be there. Oh, and most likely Luigi player.
Hype. I'm a fan.
That's actually really awesome because I haven't met Luigi player, but he's always on the boards. I don't know. He posts on the DK boards a lot, but I know I believe he plays Diddy. Not entirely sure. But he's a Diddy player. He has a lot to do with the DK boards. Like he's posted like a lot of useful information, a lot of smart stuff. So that's actually really awesome. That is a whole bunch of people that I did not know were going. So thank you for that informative stuff.
Oh, and also Quicksilver from Germany. He's a 00 Samus player.
All right, cool. The other question I wanted to ask was, I know that you said you had been working on sponsorships. Now, do you know if we got anywhere with that yet?
We're currently working on a sponsorship that can potentially, make the Smash community like very hyped. So I can't really say until we officially get it. We're working with an energy drink company that's still under wraps, and a couple of other companies. We're definitely going to be working with Game Underground. That's the company that used to be Game Universe in Massachusetts. We're going to be working with them. We just got to work out the deal. We're also going to be sponsored by VG Bootcamp's our partner. KOTC is probably going to be working with us depending on what happens. And the rest are under wraps, not because I don't want to say it, but because we just want to keep it under wraps in case things happen or don't happen. But we're doing really well with it, and thanks to JV, thanks to Apostle and everybody, that we're really getting these sponsorships. Pretty much most of them are confirmed, but we want to get this in writing first. And also, we're gonna work on a very famous band. Actually, a very famous band in video game and game history. To probably do the Apex song. We're gonna meet with them Friday and see what we can do. But let's just say Scott Pilgrim is not gonna be the only one with a video game soundtrack.
I think I know what he was referring to. I know this, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Shit. But I do know what you're talking about, and it's really hype. I believe we've maybe discussed this before, but it's awesome that we have a musical sponsorship almost. I guess since I'm part of Team Apex, so I know sort of this, so I don't want to spoil anything. But I guess for a question for everybody that doesn't know, what are we really doing to work with Nintendo or MLG or anything like that?
Well, I have to speak with Sundance, and I have to really set up a meeting. I also have to talk to VVV. I'm actually sending them an email tonight, just to remind them that I need to speak with them. But we're going to try to see what we can get from them, as well as try to see what they would be interested in working with us with. Obviously, Apex, to be very, in my personal opinion, I think Apex is going to be bigger than any of the MLGs that ever happened for Brawl and or Melee. I think it's going to be arguably the biggest Brawl tournament of the year, or if ever. It might also be bigger than Pound 4 in terms of Melee entrants, based on all the people that said they're coming. So we're looking at 350 people for each game, theoretically. So, yeah, we're going to work with them and see what we can do, but it's looking pretty big. It's looking like something nobody's ever seen before, just in terms of attendance, not to mention all the other stuff we got working.
Awesome. We're hoping to see as much of that as physically possible, because if anything, we want tons of people to go and hopefully people to watch and know about it. Yeah, unless you have anything else to talk about that.
Well, obviously, the partnership with Directional Influence, they're going to be doing some of our interviews live, while VG does some of the taped interviews. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Also, we have the USA versus the World Melee and Brawl Crew Battles exhibition, which is going to be really good. After ROM, we're going to announce applications to be captains of that. Obviously, we're going to look at, not only them as players, but also them as intellectuals. I'll say something off camera to you about one of the people that are applying that's never going to ever get in. But in general, it's going to be big. We have the Artist Alley. We're gonna have a bunch of smashers that are artists selling artwork. Christmas, Cassandra Nova, maybe Dacia, Yink, maybe. Let's see. Also, there's Haley M. That's Haley. Forget Kevin M's girlfriend. I just forgot his name for a second. That's embarrassing. We also have Honda Fu's art. We're gonna get a lot of good art. All the art's amazing. We're also doing the 3DS giveaway for those who bring setups. They get a raffle ticket to win a 3DS. Also, we're giving away some posters that are going to be done by some professional artists of mine that we're going to sell. That they're going to be signed by the players. We're also going to give away free controllers, free swag. Pretty much, imagine like everything you've wanted for a Smash tournament that MLG does, and Evo and all these other companies do, but we're doing it for our community, and it's going to blow everybody away.
I'm excited, and I know that obviously I'll be there. I know obviously will be there. I know obviously you will be there. I hope everybody listening and everybody out in the community goes, because if you don't, you're a disgrace. But
No,
really
mostly you're just really going to regret it, because I know that people that didn't go to Apex 2010, whether like for whatever reason, like I've talked to so many people that regretted it, because like beyond anything else, you're gonna get a chance to meet all the people that you probably would have never been able to meet otherwise, especially the European and Japanese players. I'm looking forward to meeting so many new people. And I went to the last Apex, and there were like hundreds of people that I've never met before, and it's really exciting because you get to meet so many of these awesome people that you watch on YouTube. You're like damn, this guy is like so godlike, and then you get to meet them in person and just see it all happen live. So it's something you really don't want to miss.
Yeah, and as much as I want people tuning in if they can, I want you guys all there in person at the tournament, because I want to meet people too. It'll be really awesome. And before we sign off with this little segment here, Alex, is there any one awesome thing you have for us? Maybe you could spoil or something like that to sign out here.
Wow, spoil? I don't know, man. There's so many things I could say. I'll say this. What we're doing with Apex, nobody in the community has ever done. What we're doing with Apex arguably could be arguably the greatest tournament in our community's history. It can be a great event in general. So I'll say this. I won't spoil anything, but I'll just tell the community, you have to go to this. There is no excuse. There's no excuse whether, you don't have the money, you have 5-6 months to save. There's no excuse for finding housing. We're going to do all these awesome things on top of, if you come from out of country, or if you just want to join us, the day before we're doing a tour around New York City, so that's going to be fun. We're doing things more than just a tournament. It's going to be the greatest experience like in your Smash career. And there's no other event that even comes close to this in regards to our Smash players. And I'll just say, we have something very, very special for the championship Sunday. It's going to be a little bit of a hype going on there, especially with what we're giving away as prizes, not just monetarily, but maybe a trophy, maybe a big thing, maybe a crystal thing. Let's just say it's going to blow everybody's mind.
And I'm going to have a fucking couch there, and I'm excited because it's going to be comfy. But that sounds really hype, so whoever gets to make it to Championship Sunday as a player, that's going to be epic. That'll be epic. So
let's just say I'm coming out to Cult of Personality.
Yeah, you guys know that song. That song is so old. It's a great song, though. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We will definitely be having a full-on Apex episode within, now and Apex. It'll be absolutely amazing. Everything you guys want to know about Apex will be happening. This was a little tease, as we have every once in a while, to get you guys hyped up. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Alex Strife.
Thank you.
And we'll be moving on to our next interview and last segment of the show with Doom to talk about the road to professionalism and his blog series and all of that. So stay tuned. All right, everybody, to round out the show, we have a very heartfelt and awesome little interview here. We are here with the one and only Doom from New Jersey. How you doing?
Hey guys, what's up?
And we have him here because he wrote an awesome blog entry called The Road to Professionalism, and it'll be a series, and we were very taken by the topic and how he wrote it, so we wanted to have him here on the show to talk about the blog and the series and his thoughts about, how the community presents itself, because as much as it isn't necessarily what's on everybody's minds, it's something that it should be. So I guess I'll start off here with this little interview. The first blog entry you wrote was about language, correct?
Yes, it was.
So I guess you can tell us a little bit about what exactly you wrote about.
Okay. The basis of the first entry was about how this community in particular, I mean, maybe not even us in particular, but how we are definitely big offenders of misuse of the words gay and rape. And I mean, trust me, I am guilty as anyone when it comes to this. Like, that's so gay if it's a playstyle that you don't like, that's annoying, or oh man, you just got raped when someone gets destroyed on stream, or like even in a Smashboards thread. And basically, I just since the point of the blog series is to help guide our community in a more professional direction, like here, these are things that could help us grow and maybe get sponsors, or I don't even know if it'll get to that point, but it makes us more of a prospective group for big names, like look at what Evo is. We can do that too. That's kind of what the point of the blog series is. And this one in particular, like I said, it's about how people use gay and rape in extremely offensive contexts, and that I think that's something that should really change. There are a bunch of common counterpoints that I addressed in the blog, like that you shouldn't be able to control what people are saying, or that, everyone says these things. It's not just our community, or they're just words. And yeah, that's true. But I mean, most of what I wrote is the whole two wrongs don't make a right. And these are legitimately offensive words. Open your eyes. Like, it doesn't really take a lot to see this. And that's pretty much what I wrote in the first blog. It's very lengthy, though. It goes much more in detail if you actually read it. So I suggest that anyone who's listening to this just check it out. And that's pretty much it as far as the first blog goes.
Okay. And was there any real because I know we had discussion about this. I believe it was last week after Evo and everything. Was there something that inspired you to maybe write this blog to guide us more toward professionalism, or what was it that really drove you to start this blog series?
Well, actually, unlike most other people, it wasn't because of Evo 2K11. I mean, I've been following traditional fighting games for much more than just Evo, unlike a lot of Smashers. So, I mean, there was a huge, surge of blogs about this kind of stuff right after Evo, but it's actually something that myself and my crew, 100% Juice, have been talking about for a long time. Upwards of 2 months, this has been stuff in the works. I have tons and tons of aim logs between myself and DM and Ether, just talking about things that Smash can do and Smash should do that would really help us out. So I guess it wasn't really like a particular event that inspired me, but I think that the idea of Smash getting to this level is so great, and that's really what I'm here for,
So, I mean, you touched on this a little bit on the first one, but in terms of how the community presents itself right now, do you think we are doing things too wrong, or you think what are the big things right now other than language, or including, that really stand out to you in the community?
Well, this is like foreshadowing for the next blog that's going to drop probably tomorrow. I think we need to stop being so exclusive. Even the Melee and Brawl communities are very, very isolated from each other. And you look at other fighting game communities, and they're very intertwined. They're involved with each other. You see tons of people entering both Marvel and Street Fighter at a tournament. You see plenty of people even playing non-Capcom fighters like Mortal Kombat who enter the other events. We don't include others at our tournaments. I mean, I have to give it to Keitaro. At Keitar 5, having Marvel vs. Capcom 3 there, Josh Vaughn came, that's awesome. I think Damien came, I believe. Either way, it just that was a good step in the right direction. We need to, I think, become involved with other games instead of just having events that are just Brawl or just Melee or even just Brawl and Melee.
Okay. And you said you're going to touch about on this in your next blog. Do you think that that's actually like a good thing to have the community that isn't very professional almost interact with ones that are more professional than ours?
I think at the level of like local tournaments or maybe even regional tournaments, that us being around them, we wouldn't drag them down, more that we could learn from them. Like they're going to have their top-notch streamers like 8-Way Run and Team Spooky. Like we can watch and observe those even at the same event instead of just watching their streams and kind of taking all the work they put in for granted. I don't think that having Smash in the same room would really cause any problems. I think we could learn from each other even. DM and Zuko have told me plenty of stories from going to Marvel weeklies, how they don't really know how to seed and how like the Smash community's tightness is really much higher than theirs is in some cases. So I think we could both learn from each other rather than dragging each other down in the bad parts.
Okay. I mean, that's good to hear because, as we all know that what the other communities think about us is not very good. But what other topics do you want to talk about on this blog series other than, working with other communities and language and all that?
Something I'd really like to address is the level of accessibility top players have to the community. You don't see people doing like what Mike Ross did with that documentary, a really good inside view, or you don't see, even though he's not a top player, Maximilian makes those online warrior videos, like really good basic tutorials for characters and stuff. We, even as far as our players go to spectators or other players, we're still isolated. We don't share much of what we have. And a lot of the things we do are behind closed doors, like the BBR and the BBRRC. Like, I'm in the back room. It's behind closed doors. I mean, nothing terribly important really goes on back there that needs to be exclusive, I think.
All right. Will, anything else?
I mean, I think it's good that there's at least I think it's good that you started at least this blog series and this drive toward us becoming more part of the fighting game community, because I think as long as Melee has been out, and even though Brawl's only been out for 3 years or so, I think it is good that we should start, even if we don't get along with the fighting game community in general. I think if we could try to mesh together, as it seems like you're trying to push forth, like that's what we've always kind of wanted. And there are people that are, like you said, exclusive to whatever their fighting game is, and Smash in particular. But I know plenty of people that would work toward that unity, or at least as the fighting game community is growing, because I believe that it is, that if we could eventually just host tournaments together or host events and have all the games in one place, then that would be an easy way to that would be such a surge to our community too, just to have all of that talent and ability in one place, and then have interest possibly, as opposed to the hate that people have that we've all heard about. But I'm sure it's not a completely across the board, because there are people from the Smash community that hate on Street Fighter and Marvel in the same way that they might hate on us. But I think it's good. If it's a drive for unity, then I am in support.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm not only really trying to say that we should mesh together. That's not the only thing I'm really going for. I think even if they didn't take us on, if they didn't take us under their wing, so to speak, because to be real, they really are ahead of us. They would be the ones doing us a favor by kind of joining up and getting us that kind of recognition. But I think even if that doesn't happen, we're still accomplishing something good for Smash independently by getting Smash this recognition. We can help the community grow. We can help draw in outsiders. There are people who go to their local GameStop tournaments for Brawl still, even just casual players that don't have the exposure to real tournaments, but they show up to their local events. I think if we had a community that seems like, wow, this is so cool, I really want to go to these tournaments and meet all these awesome top players who are, sponsored by, let's say, I don't know, completely out of the blue, Tropicana, 100% juice reference, just something like that. I think that would really help Smash, as well as being involved with Street Fighter and Marvel and Mortal Kombat in that, like, in its own way.
Yeah. So I'll ask you one final question, and this is the most important one, I think. How do you think, or do you think Smash will really, Smash in general, I'm not talking about Brawl, not talking about Melee, Smash in general, the franchise, do you think it will become, or really will establish itself as a true esport, or do you think it is already?
That's a very difficult question, because part of me wants to say it's already established itself as a true esport, because, it's there. We were at MLG. We were at EVO. Granted, we didn't have massive numbers, but we were there. And I mean, at some parts of MLG, we were one of the biggest events there. So I guess the fact that MLG has taken us on would be enough for me to say that, yes, it's recognized as a true esport already. MLG had Melee as well. So I'm kind of on the fence about that, because obviously, the whole point of me writing these blogs is because I don't think we're at the level that we should be as far as recognition as a real esport goes. So I'm going to go with yes and no. Yes, we have been recognized in the past, but there are a lot of things that we can work on to continue or get that back.
All right, man. Well, I want to thank you for joining us on here tonight. Very awesome to hear about your insight. For those of you listening, the next entry for his blog, I believe, will be releasing around the time this episode comes out. So you've probably already read it if you've listened to this, or you will be reading it after you listen to this. So definitely check it out. It'll be the Road to Professionalism #2. So thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, no problem, guys. And just as my closing words, I want to reiterate the main part of the last blog very quickly. Like, it is definitely offensive to call something gay because you don't like it or because it's bad. That's a word that a group of people uses to identify themselves with, and that's horrible. What if every time someone timed you out, you called them black or you called them Asian because that's the thing not to like. That's just what the word is. It's not like that. There are plenty of alternatives. You can say something is lame or boring or overused or overpowered, anything, and rape. I think that might be even worse. It's a traumatic, life-changing experience, and nothing good comes from it. Just because someone got blown up in a video game doesn't mean that you should compare it to something that really scars people for life. And I guess that's it. I don't want to take too much of your time. Thanks again, guys. I will see you later.
All right, thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks for having. Pleasure having you, dude.
Yep. Bye, guys.
All right, see you. All right, everybody, that brings us to the end of episode 44 of Directional Influence. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Will for joining me, Doom for joining us for his interview, Alex Strife for his interview, the hosts of Play and Trade and Imperial Era for having tournaments we can talk about. Shout outs to K-Taro, who's going to be hosting K-Tar 6, which will be hype, and will be the main focal point of episode 45 of DI, which will be coming next Tuesday, a week from today, if you're listening to this on the release day of episode 44, which is this episode. Shout outs to VVV for hosting this show. You guys can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, VVV, All Is Brawl, Smashboard, just by clicking the links that we'll provide for you guys in the blog that you're probably listening to this from. So you can hit me up on Twitter, VVV Rapture. We have our Facebook group, Directional Influence. We have our blogs on All Is Brawl. We have our pinned thread on Smashboards in the general Brawl discussion board, just entitled Directional Influence. You should be able to see it. It is pinned. So like I said, next week, K-Tar 6 is the big thing we'll be talking about, so definitely check this out. If you aren't going to K-Tar 6, I'll probably be doing commentary at the tournament, most likely. Hopefully, I really would like to. And other things, it'll be the last episode of DI that I do before college. So the future of DI is definitely going to be different once I'm in college, so we'll see how that pans out. And I hope you guys keep listening. Thanks for sticking with us for 44 episodes. I hope to do a lot more in the future. So we'll see you guys next week on Directional Influence.